Hi guys, welcome to Sunrise Strong. Thank you for showing up today on your mat. I'm recording today Sunday, so happy Easter to you. Maybe belated happy Easter or Passover, whatever you might celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate any of those, happy Monday, Tuesday, whatever it might be that you're watching this. I'm just happy you're here. Today, few opportunities to use a block if you need it. If you don't, it's not a big deal. I like to always start with the block. If you don't have a block, you can always grab a blanket to put under you, just something to prop up your hips. Also, we are going to do some on our knees. I always like to use a towel to fold and put under my knees for whenever we're in hands and knees, just to provide that extra support. So other than that, music, I have linked my Apple Music for you, as well as some Spotify playlists. Again, if you've hopefully visited with me before, you know YouTube's a little more particular about music, so I always encourage people to put some on in the background. I just flow better, move better when I have some music. So you can use mine, you can use yours, just whatever works best for you. And I think that's it. So if you're ready, you have that block, go ahead and put it just under your seat, letting your hips open up. If it is more comfortable, you can always extend your legs out. If sitting with them crisscross is not super comfortable, hands can be palms up on the knees or relaxed in that hip crease. Today we are going to start just a little bit differently than how we normally do. So we're going to do a breathing technique called box breathing. So I'll go ahead and explain it before we start. So how it's going to work is we're going to create basically a 4x4 block with our breathing. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale through our nose for 4, and hold for 4. So inhale through the nose for 4, hold for 4, exhale through the nose for 4, and then hold again for 4. So I'm going to count it down. We're going to go through it 3 times total, and then we'll start adding in just movement and get us going. So let's start with those hands rested on the knees or at that hip crease, closing down the eyes, shutting down any distractions. Just starting by breathing normally. We're going to take a big sigh out. And inhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And just release. Breathe normally. Again, exhale, sigh out all your air. And inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Breathing normally, we have one more round through. And exhale all the air out. And inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Nicely done. That breathing just helps to regulate you, helps just to calm down the mind, especially, as you've heard over and over again with everything going on. It's good right now just to find that stillness and just to focus on that regular breathing. Good. On our inhale, we're going to sweep arms up, interlace your fingers, pressing palms to the sky. And with your exhale, leaning gently over to the right. Inhaling back through center. Exhaling over to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, release fingertips, re-interlace behind your back. Press down with those knuckles to the earth, lifting through the chest. And exhale, taking those hands over to the right hip, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale through center. Inhale, coming over to the left with those hands, looking over the right shoulder. Inhaling back through center. Exhale, press down one more time. And release. One more time through. Inhale, big breath up. Interlace those fingers. Exhale, press up. Look up if it feels good on your neck. Inhale. Exhale, bending over to the right. Maybe you get a little deeper. Maybe you look under that left arm. And exhaling back through center. Over to the left. Again, maybe you get a little deeper. Maybe you're looking under that right arm. And exhaling back through center. Releasing your hands. Re-interlace behind your back. Let your heart shine through. And exhale. Hands over to the right hip. Looking over the left. You can look down or up, just depending how it feels. And coming back through center. Last time over to the left hip, looking over the right. Again, you can look straight over or down, just depending on how your neck feels. And releasing those palms, bring them by your side. Just taking some nice shoulder shrugs, shoulder up. Exhale, roll them back. Shrug up. Exhale, roll back. One more, shrug up. Exhale, shrug it back. And just doing just gentle nodding of your head, no. Side to side, nodding it yes. Taking it clockwise, just nice and slow, just to the angle that feels good, and reversing the other way around. And coming through center, nice and still. Flicker open your eyes. Gonna go ahead and remove that block, set it to the side if you want it later. If you want the towel for your knees, we're gonna start in that tabletop box pose, hands under your shoulders, fingertips spread out. We're going to take about 3 cat cows, just really elongating that spine, warming it up, inhaling through your cow, exhaling into your cat, about 2 more, inhaling through cow. Exhale, really round that spine, tuck that chin. Last one, inhale, really drop that belly, lift the head. And exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Get coming back into neutral spine. We're going to take a thread the needle. So, starting with right arm is going to lift up. We're going to exhale, thread under. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, thread under. Inhale. Exhale, thread under. This time we're going to hold. So you're going to bring your right cheek to rest down on the mat. Left arm can stay out in front. You can work on reaching it further in front, or you can bring that arm behind your back and gently twist your left shoulder up, opening up through that twist. Just depending on where your body is at, how it's feeling. Continuing to breathe. Good. Wherever your hand went, walk it back. Just right about in line with your face. And coming back through box. Good. This time, left side lifts. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, thread and hold. Left cheek comes down. Again, that right arm can extend out, or you can take it behind your back, pulling that right shoulder up to deepen the twist. Always remembering both sides are not created equal, and sometimes they'll just feel different, and that's okay. Good, bringing that right hand in line with your face, coming back through box, and going into our first downward facing dog. Just take a moment here, maybe walk out your dog. One heel drops down at a time. You can work on just pressing both heels back. Knees can be bent however much you need to right now. I'm going to go ahead and move my towel out of the way. We're going to be walking up the mat here in a minute. So we're going to do a little different style to get up to the top of our mat. You're going to inhale your right leg up and then step it right in front of your left. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, set it in front of the right. Inhale right. Exhale in front of the left. Inhale left. Exhale in front of the right. I think we have one more. Inhale right. Step it in front of the left. We'll just make it even. Inhale left. Step it beside the right. So you should be in your forward fold. Letting your head hang heavy. And just rocking it. No. Shaking it yes. And bringing it still. Inhale, hands to shins halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way. And exhale, closing those hands down at heart center. Taking a moment here to set that intention for your practice today. It can be something that's purely just to get you through this practice. It might be something you want to focus on for the week, maybe for the month, maybe just to get you through this year. Whatever it is, pick that word or image and just let it wash through your body from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Breathe it in. Exhale, side out. Again, inhale. Exhale, side out. Good. Inhale, we're going to sweep arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Stepping back into that plank. Knees down. We're going to lower all the way, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up to cobra. And exhale back into that downward facing dog. Okay, so we have the 3 sun salutations that we're going to go through. First time, talk you through them as we go. second time through, I'm going to talk through with modifications, which is what I showed the first time through with the knees down, lowering to your belly, taking cobra instead of the upward facing dog, and then back into your down dog. Remember, when you do sun salutations, if you're ever just not feeling it, like when I tell you to flow, you can always hold plank, which is a good core challenge, or you can just go straight back to down dog and hang out there. You can also always hang out in child's pose, knowing that when I say downward facing dog and we're ending there, you can push up to downward facing dog and then jump back in with us. So, on that note, from our downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, bend our knees. Exhale, step, jump, or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step, jump, or float through chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, jump, or float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step or float back into that plank. Chaturanga, knees up or down. Cobra, or that upward facing dog. Back into your downward facing dog. Last time through, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step, jump, or float. Feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step, jump, or float back into plank through chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and back into our downward facing dog. Good. On your inhale, you're going to lift that right leg, and we're going to bend the knee, come into that open hip twist. You can stay here and just hold the stretch, or if you want to add in hip circles, taking it one direction and reversing it in the other. Once you're nice and even, coming back into that twist. Exhale, three-legged dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, step that right foot into lunge. Inhale, lift up into crescent. Now you can stay here and just work on lifting up, reaching up through that torso nice and long. Hands can open up, dropping those elbows, deepening the back bend, opening through that chest. Or you can have your hands at heart center, or you can even take those hands behind your back, working on your reverse namaste. Whatever you choose, just working on that strong crescent. Really working that foundation in your legs. Putting weight into that right foot. Wherever you're at, returning your hands straight up where we started. Taking 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, taking those arms, reaching behind you, coming into a charging crescent. Fingertips are reaching back. You're elongating through your spine. Looking forward. Palms are facing the earth. Really pulling through, squeezing those shoulder blades, opening up through the chest. Continue to breathe. Might be feeling a little bit of a shake. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, lift up Warrior 3, balancing on that right leg. Again with the arms, they can stay back behind you. They can come out to the side. You could bring them into your heart, or you can bring them straight forward, challenging your balance. Just doing whatever feels good here. Pressing that left foot back like you were stepping on the wall behind you. Trying to keep those hips as square as you can. 2 more breaths here. Remember, if you fall out of it, you can always come back. And bringing that left knee through for standing knee raise. All the arm options here, holding them up, bringing hands down to heart center. If you want to bring them into that reverse namaste, if you're working on opening up your chest. Just doing what feels good. Again, foot on that left is flexed, like you were stepping down on the earth. All the weight is down in that right. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, reaching arms up. And arms come down to the earth. Left leg comes back into that standing split. Holding for the stretch here. Hands can stay down if you want to use a block. So you can really work on releasing that neck, you can. Hands can come into heart center, working on your balance. You could bring up 1 ankle at a time. Or, if you want to get fancy, you can work on your handstand hops. We're here for about 5 breaths. Really making sure your hips, one's not higher than the other. Just really working on elongating out through that left leg without totally coming to your side. We're not in half moon. Okay, you've got 2 more breaths. And with an exhale, releasing that left leg down to the right. Inhale, hands, shins halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, hands down at heart center. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, taking that flow, remembering all of your different options. And meeting back in our downward facing dog. All right, we got our second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, opening up the hip twist. Staying here, or start to draw those knee circles. Reverse. Exhaling back into that open hip twist. And 3-legged dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring that left foot forward all the way up to your hands. And with an inhale, rising up to crescent. Remembering all those arm variations. Maybe taking a different one, depending on how your body is feeling on this side. My personal favorite is probably the elbows and goalposts opening up. We're doing a lot of rounding right now, so I like to open up as much as I can. About 2 more breaths. And inhaling those arms up if you took them anywhere else. Exhale, coming into that charging crescent. Remember, palms are facing down. You're really reaching with those fingertips back behind you. Energetically pulling the mat apart with your feet. Breathing here. And about 3 more breaths. One more. And with that exhale, pushing up, warrior 3. Remember all of those arm variations that you can take. Hands at heart center, out by the side if you want to reach forward. Just doing whatever feels good. Trying to spread that weight out through that left foot. Toes are pressed down into the mat. Right foot is pressed behind that wall. Remembering if you fall out of it, you can always come back into it. Two more breaths. And on your exhale, folding it down, coming into that standing split. Again, you can use that block. Maybe try something different. One hand at a time, works on that balance. You can bring those hands to your heart, or if you're ready, you can play with those handstand hops. Maybe you have your handstand on this side. Just taking the opportunity to play around. Give about 3 more breaths. If you feel like your hip starts to twist, work on bringing it, rotating it back down. Letting that neck hang heavy. Got 1 more breath. And with that exhale, setting that right foot down next to the left. Maybe give it a little shake. Folding it down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, step, jump, or float back into plank. Knees can be up or down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. And back into that downward facing dog. Good, inhale. Bend your knees. Exhale, step, jump, or float. Feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Going through a little bit of chair work. We're going to inhale, reach arms up. And with an exhale, drop down into chair. Working on all that weight should be back in those heels. Should be able to lift up the toes and wiggle them out. Then setting 1 toe down at a time. Good, from here we're going to go into chair balance. So you're going to come up to your toes. Arms are going to come behind you. And back through chair. Exhale, chair balance. Inhale through chair. Exhale, chair balance. We have 2 more. Inhaling through chair. Exhale, chair balance. 1 more. Inhale through chair. Exhale, chair balance. From here, we're going to take our hands down to the mat, setting up for crow. So you can play here if you have your full crow going for it. You can take 1 foot at a time, lifting it up. If you want to play, just playing with 1, maybe setting it back down, coming in the other side, and then you'll get to where you can just lift both up. Most important thing with crow, and it's the thing that it's really easy to look straight down. When you look straight down, that's exactly where you're going to go. So in crow, really working on looking forward, out in front of you, and not looking straight down. We're going to play here for 2 more breaths. And then whenever you're ready, if you're in your crow and you want the challenge, shoot back in your chaturanga, upward facing dog, and to your downward facing dog. Good, just breathing here. As you continue to breathe, we're going to go through that same crescent series again. We're going to take it 1 breath, 1 movement, add on in some places, take away. So it's going to be a little bit faster, but you already know it's coming in. You're a little bit more warmed up, so it'll be great. All right. From that downward facing dog, right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. With your exhale, open hip twist. Stay here or flip that dog. And with your inhale, returning back into that hip twist if you flipped. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop your elbows. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, charging crescent. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, standing split. 2 breaths here if you want to play. 1 more breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands down at heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step, jump, or float. Chaturanga through upward facing dog or cobra. And back into that downward facing dog. Good, this time left leg lifts. Exhale, flip open. If you're ready for that, flip dog. And if you flip, bring back to that open twist. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left foot steps up. Inhale, rise up, crescent. Exhale, elbows drop. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, charging crescent. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, standing split. Staying here for 2 breaths. Get an option to play. Or just hold, maybe work on your balance. And exhale, right foot down. Hands come down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, close those hands down at heart center. Taking a moment here to check back in with your intention. See how it's feeling. Seeing if you need to, take it back in. Send it through your body. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, sigh it out. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step back into your plank. Exhaling through chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Back into your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step, jumper, float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands down at heart center. Inhale, sweep up, drop into chair. Exhale, chair balance. Inhale to chair. Exhale, chair balance. Inhaling through chair. Exhale, chair balance. One more. Inhaling through chair. Exhale, chair balance. And then bringing those hands down. Do about 3 breaths in that crow pose. Opportunity to play here. Maybe try something you didn't before. See if you can get 1 foot to lift, maybe 2. And then on your next exhale, step, jumper, float back into that chaturanga, upward facing dog, cobra, and back into that downward facing dog. Nice big breath in. And exhale, sigh it out. Again, inhale. And with an exhale, sigh it out. Bringing those knees down. We're going to take a wide-legged child's pose. So opening those knees up about the width of your mat, taking arms out, and just settling down into it. You can keep your arms out in front. You can bring them down by your side or in reverse Namaste behind your back. Just letting your low back stretch out. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. Just relaxing it down. About 2 more breaths. Good. From our child's pose, lifting back through box and pushing back into that downward facing dog. All right, if you know me, you know my cheesy little saying, 3rd time's the charm. I'm going to go through this 1 more time. You know what's coming. You know your options. On your inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, open hip. Flip your dog. Inhale, come back. Open hip twist. Exhale, extend that right leg. Inhale, bring that right foot forward. Get the base in for your crescent. Lift up. Exhale, dropping those elbows, opening up through the chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, charging crescent. Inhale, warrior three, hold it strong. Exhale, down, standing splits. Stay or go into your handstand hops or challenge that balance. One more breath. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release, let it go. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, big breath all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, take that flow. Plank chaturanga, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, left leg. Exhale, open hip twist. Flipping that dog if you take it. And back into that downward facing dog. Open hip twist. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring that left foot through. Right, then inhale, rise up to crescent. Exhale, goalpost arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, charging crescent. Reaching those fingertips. All that weight lifts up, warrior three. Hold your base. And exhale, standing split. Stay or play with balance or hopping. One more breath. And release to forward fold. Good. From here, we're going to walk toe, heel, feet just a little bit wider than hip distance. Taking one hand at a time under your foot. Coming into gorilla. Really letting your neck hang heavy. Right now, I have my head lifted. I want you just to release it and let it go. You can have as much bend as you need in your knees to get those hands under your feet. Walking those toes to your wrists. And just let it hang down. You can hold it still, or even add a little swing. Just releasing it all down. And from here, take one hand at a time, replacing it back. Grabbing for opposite elbows, ragdoll. Again, you can hold it or sway it side to side. Maybe you lift it up and down. Again, just letting that head hang heavy, releasing through the neck. And from here, releasing those elbows. We're going to drop down. Toes are going to point out just slightly and come into Malasana or Yogi squat. Now, if this feels okay on your knees, you can stay here. Hands are at heart center, you're pressing open the knees. Or you can take that block, set it under, and you can do the same thing. Hands at heart center, pressing those knees open and feeling the stretch. Breathing through here, feeling those hips open. Two more breaths. And with that exhale, hands down, lifting up into that wide-legged forward fold. Toe, heel, feet back. So they're about back to being hip width. And release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, feet, step, jump, or float back into that plank. Down through chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Back into that downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, look forward, step, jump, float, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhaling through chair, last sequence in chair. And coming forward into that chair balance. Inhale, chair. 2 more. Exhale, chair balance. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair balance. 1 more. Inhale, chair. Exhale, chair balance. Taking hands down, coming into your final crow. Playing here. And when you're ready, last time through your flow. Upward facing dog or cobra. And back into that downward facing dog. Nice big breath in. And exhale, side it out. Again, inhale. And exhale, side out. Good. Stepping feet up like we did earlier. Right leg lifts. Step it in front of the left. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it in front of the right. Inhale, right. Exhale, in front of the left. Inhale, left. Exhale, in front of the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, in front of the left. Last one, inhale, left. Exhale, step it beside the right and fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, big breath all the way up. And exhale, hands down at heart center. Inhale, lift up. Hands are going to come into kind of like a Charlie's Angels, where your pointer fingers and thumbs are sticking out. The rest of your fingers are interlaced. And we're going to come into candle. So coming all the way down, you're going to lift up to those toes. We're just going to make our way all the way down to our heels, holding out the stretch, and releasing hands down, and making your way down to a seated position. Going through a little bit of ab work, lifting up into boat. Remembering you can always keep your feet down, feet can be out. If you have the flexibility in your hamstrings to extend your legs, you can. That's really what it is. It's just a flexibility in your hamstrings that you're able to extend all the way up. And with an exhale, we're going to come into low boat canoe. Inhale, lift up to boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale to boat. 2 more. Exhale to low boat. Inhale, lift up. 1 more. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, set those feet down. Give yourself a nice hug. And we're going to slowly rock it back. Rock and roll that spine. Just give it a nice release. And after your next one, hold it down. Give your knees a good squeeze into the chest. And we're just going to rock it side to side. Again, releasing that low back. Really letting it sit down on the mat. Try not to lift it up. So you get that good release. And we're going to bring knees over to the right. Gaze goes over the left. Taking that right arm, if you want the extra stretch, pressing down on that left knee. Just deepens that twist a little bit further. Most importantly, just breathing. And on an inhale, bringing knees back into your chest. Give them a squeeze. And with an exhale, let them drop over to the left. Gaze goes over the right. Again, if you're going to take that left hand, gently pressing on the outside of that right leg. Deepening the twist. And just breathing. And inhaling back through center, give them a squeeze. Now you have a couple of different options. You can either come into waterfall or legs up the wall. I like to do it with a block under my sacrum, and it just allows all the blood to return back through. It's a great restorative pose. You can also come into a happy baby, grabbing the outsides of your feet and just pressing down. Or you can come up into your shoulder stand. Or if you have another inversion, if you'd like to take headstand or headstand, now is that time to just invert, let everything from your feet just rush back into your body. Well, not rush back, but just to make it its way back through, regenerating all that good energy. If you're in that happy baby, you could work on extending one leg out at a time. You could rock it side to side. If you're in that shoulder stand, coming forward to plow. And if you have that deaf man's pose, you can take that. And if you're in that waterfall, legs up the wall, just continue to hold. You can roll out your ankles, point and flex. And when you're ready, just making your way out of this. If you were in shoulder stand or plow, coming back through shoulder stand, coming back in any of the poses, hugging knees into chest, taking one final wind removing pose, nose comes into knee, and with an exhale, send it out, relaxing down for Shavasana. So go ahead, find your comfortable position. If you're someone who has been skipping out on Shavasana lately because there's home distractions or you're just ready to go on the next thing, I just urge you to take just the next couple of minutes for you just to finish out the relaxing part of this practice that you have just done as kind of like a reward for yourself for putting in the hard work, for showing up, for being on the mat. So just taking the next couple of minutes just to let your body relax down into the mat, into the earth. Taking a full body scan to see how you feel. Just making notice of any areas that feel a little different. Maybe they're tight or sore. And not having any judgment around it. But maybe just sending that area a little bit of light. With an inhale. And an exhale, just let it release. Again, inhale with the light. And exhale, release. Just continuing to allow your body to completely relax down into the earth. Letting any stress, anxiety, fear, anything, just relax and release. Remembering that you always have your breath to come to anytime that you feel any of those feelings. Breathing in the good. Exhale, releasing the bad. Inhale the good. And exhale, releasing the bad. Taking another full body scan just to see how you feel. Taking this good energy with you as you continue out through your day. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll out your ankles and wrists. Gently nod your head side to side. And when you're ready, rolling onto your favorite side. And just taking a rest there, giving yourself a nice hug. Thanking your body for the work that it's put in. And when you're ready, coming up into a seated position like we started, keeping eyes closed down. Tops of hands can rest on the knees or in that hip crease. Taking one final breath together, we inhale the arms up. And with an exhale, closing hands down at heart center. I thank you so much for showing up for you today. Together we vow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys again so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback for me, I really, really, really love it and appreciate it. So please leave a comment, connect with me I have multiple social media platforms and a business website. So please, please, please reach out to me, let me know, and let's virtually connect. I look forward to seeing you on your mat soon. Bye, guys.